I'm getting things together. I feel like it's gonna maybe rain, maybe not. Like when I tell you guys, I go into my bathroom. I go in my bathroom and I look way better. And then I get on here and I get humbled really, really fast. Really, really fast. Because when I say I look way better, way fucking better than what I do before I get on here. And I don't understand because I be setting the settings on this damn thing. I don't know what the fucking problem is. I don't know why it's gotta be like that. I try to push, I have light and everything. Like, I don't know. At least I don't have a lot of wrinkles, right? Let's celebrate the small wins. All right. So let's. I sat for a hot minute at my desk doing a good solid, like, zenning, like I was centering and shit like that. I need to get rid of this. Okay, dokies. Okay, dokies. And like when I tell you I was like using the Palo Santo and stuff like that. Y'all ever use it on you and you can feel something moving, like moving away? Like why is it? My head's chopped off, y'all. There we go. And it was like clearing and everything. So I was just like enjoying myself for a minute. So, all right. Look at my gorgeous owl. Got some. Damn, that shit's bright. Let me fix the lights. So we're gonna get started. We're gonna pull some cards, do something general first, and then if I have the energy left over, there we go. That's probably better. But it's still bright enough. Okay. Why is it so bright? I need to rearrange and get back over by the window, guys. If it starts getting on my nerves, I will frickin' switch it around. Like I'm just worried. Like I don't know why I've been so light sensitive lately, but anywho's. So grab your coffee. Let's settle in. Let's see what the messages are. We'll start off with a general read, and if I'm feeling it, because I was sitting on the fence about Tarot Demystified. I was like, should I? Why is my head cut off? I'm just saying, guys. Like what? Maybe I just need to scoot you back. Is that what it is? Am I too close? Okay. Anyways. And then, because I wanted to make sure that I had, sufficient whatever. So, okay. Like, I want to feel my energy. I want my energy to be good. Am I not completing sentences? What is wrong with me? I don't know. I made 2 cups in one. Like, I don't know. This is such a bit. I didn't realize this was so big. Like, it only went this far. Like, I made it in a mug, and then I was like, what? So I made another cup. It's half calf. No, it's not. I lied. Oh, this is going to be full throttle. One of them's half calf, and the other one's full throttle, I think. Well, we're just going to. This freaking deck is yelling at me. I'm like, I feel like, watch your turn, okay? We're being so, It's a perfect day to do this, okay? It's Sunday here where I'm at. It's nice and early in the morning. Don't nobody want to, it's not too early. It's almost 9 o'clock. Don't nobody want to get up and do all kinds of crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? So we're all just going to sit cozied up with our coffee, sit on your porch, enjoy the cool breeze because fall's are coming, or, cuddle up on your couch. Okay, that light is going to get on my nerves. I've got to figure out a way to disperse it. Okay, I'm gonna have to do it like that, guys. I'm gonna have to do it like that because good God. The new bulbs though are like this, like those terrible bulb. Well, some of y'all may not know, but here in the U.S. we've got these stupid bulbs that people put in their freaking cars, and you're like, I'm blind. Like they cause accidents. They're like, but I can see better. I'm like, bitch, if I run you the fuck over, I I guess it's not going to matter if you can see better. If I can't, like, you know what I mean? Like, I will intentionally swerve. Anywho's. Okay, let's figure out what's going on. Let's see what they got to say. Like, I was almost like, sometimes, no offense to whoever it is, but I'm also like, I literally don't want to hear the same thing. And so I felt like the last two readings were way too close to one another. And I was like, okay, Spirit, we're supposed to divvy this shit up. We're supposed to like move around and give varying different messages and shit like that. And so, you know, I almost was like, if I hear the same fucking thing again, which is why I was like, let's pull some cards because I don't know which direction this is going to go. All right. Let me put that up there. Hey, Heather, how are you? Let's get this. Da-da-da. Let's do this. Let's see what's going on. 3 cards fell out. Fly by Night, Super Moon, and Wolf Moon. Fly by Night is like a fair weather, like fly by the night. Like it might be great for right now, but may not. Doesn't have sticking power. Doesn't have staying power. Let's whip out the full moon. Something that may or may not be what you think it is. So 12. Let's see what that is. Ooh. Success, victory, fate, and reassurance. It's a card of achievement and success in your endeavors, but you are going to be expected to put in the work. You're about to experience the kind of power surge that only comes from victory. Don't let that victory let you feel complacent or arrogant. Take care to not let this level of success to go to your head and keep your ego in check. Maintain a steady progress towards, sometimes we're like, and we feel like we can just like, I don't know. Why I don't feel like you would do that. I don't know why this is. I think this is just more resonant. Like it's saying you're going to get a level of success and then you need to keep the momentum going to build upon that success. Because I don't get that feeling. I get a feeling of it's okay to finally exhale and to do some things for you and do a little bit of self-care. That's been the general message that we've been having. So why would you pull this one out? Maintain a steady progress towards your goals. There's a sense of fate and destiny to this card. You're on the right path and you will emerge triumphant. Okay. Like, this feel like sometimes some of the card definitions in this book feels a little bit like passive aggressive backhanded compliment kind of thing. That family member that'll praise you but also like can't ever just let it be good. Like there's so many in here that it's like, yeah, but don't let it go to your head. It's like, damn, like why are you making the assumption that would? Why are you making the assumption? Like, why do you got to add that in there? What's the fucking point? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people could have something good going on in their life, and they've always got to like, but it could, like, they always got to dim it down. Why? Why do you always got to do that? Can't just let something be good. Like, I don't get that. Because it had so much, all of it's pretty much really good in that definition, except for one, like, but don't let your ego get the best of you. Because that's what society wants us to believe. I'm going to go on a rant, is that we got to keep working hard. And as soon as we achieve something, the goalpost is moved. But you can't stop there. You got to keep going. And it's like, why can't I take a rest? Why can't I? Because the idea is that we always have to be on a grind. Like, I don't fucking understand. And then there's this. You know how, this is funny that this is coming out. It's weird that this is coming out. I just saw what this card was. And I'm like, you know how like I just had to say something about this. I'm sorry, we're going to go on a rant. I just got to say something. Like, why, I'm questioning something. It's about communication, confidence, and what you need. And it literally says, it's asking you to speak up, speak out, and make yourself heard. Raise your voice and put out your wishes, your dreams, and your desires. Do not simply follow the pack. Take the lead and make suggestions for positive change. Be prepared to make yourself heard. Fly by night is something fleeting. Then we have this where it's like, oh, some good shit's about to come in, but you better keep the momentum going. You gotta keep going. Don't let it get to your head now. Don't think you can just slack off. And then it's like, speak up and tell us exactly what you want, what you desire. Don't be afraid to say something. And in that process, I was like, it feels contradictory to me. Because I was like, but I want to rest. Like, what are you talking about? That's what I deserve. That's what I get. And it feels like it's like that perpetual state of we are kept in the energy of believing that anything good that comes into our life is always going to be fleeting. Enjoy it while it lasts kind of situation. That we can't, you know what I mean? And that if we bank on something staying or lasting or having roots in our life, that we're damning ourselves to some level of destruction or heartache. You know what I'm saying? And it keeps us in a state of fear, of anxiety, of never because I mean, if you're in this state of fear and anxiety, that would be why it's fleeting, in my opinion. That's the reason why it seems to slip, because you don't. It's all like I'm a firm believer. It's not all about your energy, but a massive portion of whether or not the trajectory that your life is going has a lot to do with your energy, right? And how you see something and the way in which you view something. And I just feel the feeling of somebody saying, I am sick and tired of working so fucking hard for shit. I am tired of it. I'm tired of constantly living in fear that just because I get something good, it's going to leave my life. That's what I think the wolf moon is talking about. Like, I just want to be like, why you got to throw in one or two cents? Don't let it go to your head. Like, what kind of condescension is that? Maybe I should let it go to my fucking head. Because when I don't, I hold myself back and keep myself in a sense of lack and fear. You know something that we joke around about in my house? I have 3 children, okay? My middle one, I don't understand how shit goes his way. He is the cockiest little fucker. If you ever, like, he says shit and he's like, it's like he speaks shit and it just goes his way. Like, I don't get it. This child is like, his level of confidence in his older brother's like, I wish I had that in school. Because his brother was the other opposite. Massive social anxiety, everything, all those anxieties dictating how he moved, always worried what other people thought. Like, this child doesn't give a shit. And he's like, I'm gonna win. Like, he is so cocky. We play games, anything we do, he is just like, he he speaks as if it's already so. And I keep going, and his cockiness is the way he presents it. Like, people love that about him. Like, he just, and we're like, dude, like, it's almost comical and playful, but he's serious. He means business. And I'm telling you right now, this child just, if he proclaims it, he excels at it. And I'm like, and I've had conversations with my oldest, I'm like, we need to be like him. because that's proof right there that that's like he's no better of a person than anybody else. He's an amazing person, but you know what I'm saying? Like he's just there's nothing any more special about him. I'm like, golly. Like I'm gonna start writing some of his euphemisms down and some of the shit, and I'm gonna start bringing it to him. Like, so this is what my son said this week. You know what I mean? And it's like he turns everything into a joke when something doesn't go his way. And he's unfazed. He's so unfazed. Now, that doesn't mean he doesn't have emotions and that he doesn't feel about certain things. But I've never seen other people's perceptions or his inability to get something the first time to slow him down or to deteriorate his belief that he can do something. Ain't nobody going to get in here. He is so solid when it comes to his mental realm. I'm like, geez, golly. He's not arrogant, just cocky. And cocky can be really good. But it's almost as if society wouldn't want us to, it's like, how dare you? Oh, there's that energy. Okie dokie, there it is. It is in the energy of something that we, how dare you? Like this idea and notion of how dare you believe something so whatever. Like, it's like even in the good stuff, how we still have to fall in line. And I feel like it's time for you to go, no. I feel like that's the problem is this belief that everything's an uphill battle, that everything is so fleeting, and that joy is something that you don't get to, that can't last. Now, I do agree that sometimes when a good wind of momentum hits us, we need to ride that wave and try to build upon it. Absolutely. But I just, when you talk about what you want and what you desire and what you need, coming in right after that, that just tells me Nine of Doors, fortune telling cards. Okay, they have me shuffling the cards and then picking one out of the middle, which is, you know, I do that sometimes too, but like they're showing me what to do. True feelings are masked. It's almost like we forgo what we want and what we desire and what we want to experience in actually living in order to constantly stay ahead of the game so that this is the epitome of the fear that something's gonna be pulled out, like the rug will be pulled out from underneath you. So you've got to constantly prepare and plan for the other shoe to drop. And in that energy, you never get to live. Seek a union of mind and spirit. Okay. Yep. I don't care what people tell you. There may be some very good sage advice in capitalizing when things are on the upswing, right? But anybody who does exceptionally well, especially financially or in business-wise in their life, knows that there's always going to be an ebb and flow, right? And so maybe there is this notion that you should keep going with whatever momentum happens in your life, that there is a level of fleeting with it. But when we perpetuate that stance of, it places some people in a fear stance, and that's actually what keeps them in lack. It's more about knowing and understanding how to ride the ebb and flow and what the ebb and flow is, but not looking at it as if something is fleeting. It's not, because it always comes back around. So by all means, don't just sit around and do nothing when this is good, like capitalize on it. But I feel like your wants, your desires, and your wishes are just as important. And when we consistently, because you can get stuck in that one little loop, and you're constantly grinding. And from what I understand, most people who are exceptionally successful know that the grind in and of itself, like you hear these people who talk about, got to stay with the grind. Those are not the ones who are actually, I would want to emulate my life after. And I don't think that they're the ones that are as nearly as successful. Because people who are exceptionally successful understand, value the idea of keeping their cup full, keeping themselves happy, and know to let, like, there's a way to let money make money. Like, you don't have to. So this is definitely like, I feel life purpose-y, business-y, career move, materialistically speaking type of energy and reading. Okay. And it's like, it is okay to indulge. It is okay to keep your cup full. It is okay to I just get the feeling of other people trying to say what you should and shouldn't do when you have this surgence. And I'm not saying to ignore sage advice, but I'm also saying to put yourself first, period, point blank. True feelings are masked and seek a union of mind and spirit. Remember, when you have a choice, Two of Swords, and you're thinking both of these are very important to me, I know that they're both true, which one requires you to forsake the self? And this constant sacrificial energy of your desires and your wants and your peace of mind and your enjoyment of this life is not what's going to capitalize on this momentum. It is going to perpetuate a fear and negative based energy around you. And almost is like a self-fulfilling prophecy where you will fulfill the thing that you fear. It will be fleeing. It will be fly by the night. Okay. So I want to say, be careful. I understand the advice, but also be careful, because there's no honor, again, in martyrdom. That's like been a massive theme. There's no honor in martyrdom. Okay. It's about maintaining the balance and not swinging to extremes on the pendulum. All right. So why do we feel like, let's talk about the supermoon. What is this? I'm assuming you're bringing this up for a reason. Starman Tarot. What? But this wasn't supposed to be in there. So this is Page of Cups. And again, Page of Cups is something that brings fulfillment back into your life. Ace of Wands. Your desires. Page of fucking Cups again. All right, so we're going to leave this out here. We're going to find out what the fuck this is. The fact that we have Page of Cups flanking the Ace of Wands. I want a better understanding, please. Nice and narrow. Tell us what the Page of Cups is. We have the Ten of Swords and the Five of Cups. This is like your low, probably one of the lowest lows, hitting rock bottom. Five of Cups, and like just this hyperfixation, or not even hyperfixation, this constant reminder of what low feels like. Almost like being held underwater for too long. That's changing. We got the Wheel of Fortune with that. So your Five of Cups, you were emotionally spent, and actually it's a nine of swords. Sorry. Did I say 10? I feel like I said 10. I cannot remember. Nine of swords, like the level of fear and anxiety because you were perpetually stuck. We also have this particular Five of Cups where they finally turn around and see the other two cups. But you notice they're crouched down. They haven't moved. They're like, because of the fear and anxiety to move forward. That's what I'm saying. This energy was at first, I'm like, why do you got to sit there and poo-poo on some good shit? Like, is that your mind? Is that how your mind works? Like, don't get too happy. You got to keep grinding because you know this shit's going to be taken eventually. So you better, like, and that doesn't serve you. By all means, we're not telling you to be stupid and like squander shit, but for crying out loud, like it doesn't serve you to be in that energy. But that's changing. Your reason for being afraid to move forward in the direction that you should be moving forward, the Two Cups, is going to be eliminated. We got the Wheel of Fortune. That's what the Page of Cups is. Return of joy. Tell me more about the Page of. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Self-sufficient, independent, well-established, free. I do not remember these flipping. Queen of Wands with the Three of Pentacles. Queen of Wands is very confident, competent, self-assured. There's some level of freedom that comes with this that gives that you have the power then with the Queen of Wands to build upon this. That's what the Three of Pentacles is. To build upon this freedom that's gained. Why are we cryptic? Why are we cryptic? I mean, your emotions are going to definitely improve. Two of Wands. It's taking action towards the Ace of Wands. I feel an avoidance. I feel them skirting around an issue, skirting around something. Why are we not just head on talking about the Page of Cups? A new emotional endeavor. Fulfilling emotional endeavor. An upswing, a new emotional beginning in your life. The start to feeling joy and passion and desire again. Page of Cups flips the script on all of your anxieties and fear of moving forward. Creates a sense of confidence and independence and power within you to continue to build upon something and take action towards something. Why are we being cryptic? Yes, let's use that one. It's giving me that energy when you talk to your friend, you ask them a question, they kind of like skirt around and they don't ever just say it out. Like you know, like when they give you 50 sentences and you're like, you could have answered that in one. Like, can't you just come on? Nine of Pentacles again. It literally says enjoying life's little luxuries again, which is exactly what we talked about. Like, don't be staying in the fucking fear. Like, you need to articulate and express what is it you want and what you desire. Knight of Swords, Seven of Cups, Three of Wands. It's funny because the Knight of Swords is saying to carefully review your options, and the Seven of Cups is discussing your options. A complex decision, the need to do some research, to think it over, to figure it out. It's almost as if something comes in that gives you the opportunity to kind of like go in a direction that you've been wanting to go. You have, it's like you get the green light, you get freedom to do something. And it's like it's super moon, the idea of building or capitalizing on something. You can go after what it is that you really want, enjoying the process. Some level of creative solution, things will start to move. There's a massive trajectory change. Review what it is that you want, complex decisions, like, is it on how you can move forward? Because this one down here talks about long-term plans. Like, when you get the green light, there may be a need to review how you proceed forward. Okay. I don't know if I'm in your energy or if I'm in but I am so over the lack of clarity and straightforwardness. Like, I am so over these, let's have a 5-hour discussion and go all the way around it, but never really just directly answer the fucking question. Like, there's a level of frustration within me. And it's not even my fucking reading. Like, I feel like it's constantly contradicting itself. It's like, maybe that's where it's the seek a union of mind and spirit, where it's like, make sure that you're taking care of yourself and that you're doing for you and that you're enjoying this process, but also don't just sit on your laurels when it comes through. Make sure you capitalize on this because something massive is going to come through for you. And it's like, okie dokie, what's coming through? The super moon, right? And it's like, oh, two Page of Cups, exceptionally wonderful, beautiful, emotional new start, right? Where you feel fulfilled and you have like, it's some new endeavor. And I'm like, okay, dokie. The fuck is it? And look, there's some, like, my readings, I will get messages and they're like, this is oddly specific. And I'm like, look, I know I can get fucking details, okay? They channel it to me. I'm not hearing things. They give me some visuals and I'm like, come on, Come on. What is this shit? And like literally, like I don't know about you, but if I'm on TikTok and people are like, "Oh my god, something's so great," and it's like every fucking tarot reading, I'm like, "Oh my god, I can't stand that shit." Like, if you're not gonna talk to us about this, why'd you bring it up? Is my question. I don't blow smoke up people's ass. I don't make airy fairy bullshit. The epitome of this whole fucking reading. Nurture all that you love, but also seek your destiny. You're about to have a surge of positive movement forward, of success. You need to make sure you take this time to nurture things that you love, like fulfill yourself, enjoy certain things. Like I feel like your heart's supposed to be in this process as well. So if you're just constantly on the fucking grind and move, capitalize, you're gonna find that it slips through your hand. Okay. But don't just like they give. I see an image of like having a positive surge and then tapping out and not coming back and like squandering the opportunity is the way I want to, you know what I mean? The problem is I don't see an end to the good. Like they're not showing me like, oh, now I'm suddenly depleted. I don't have anything. They're not showing me that. They're saying this is an opportunity for you to go after your true desires, your true wishes. That's the thing that they don't want you to squander. Like there's something at a soul level that speaks to you and calls to you. And whatever this change in energy is going to be. So what is the point of the fly by night then? Fly by night can talk about people, but I'm not getting people with this. Oh, okay. Fly by night is also talking about, yes, stick with it. Like somehow there's going to be a massive good surgeons, but it's not going to be an overnight type of situation. And so it's like this massively new surge, positive momentum forward is meant to help make the process in seeking your destiny more enjoyable. But it doesn't mean that suddenly, I don't know, I get the idea or the notion that you're like what you're meant for is more of a process and that it's incrementally going to happen. Like something's going to come to you and then it's going to evolve into something else. Like what you think maybe your destiny is really just the first step in a long-lived something. Because we have the be patient card. Things are going to continuously get better. You're going to be able to get out and have fun and enjoy things. But I don't know if there's something that you think is going to, it's sometimes it's like, if you move too fast or something, are you really enjoying it? There's something to the process of something, whether this is meeting somebody, working towards a goal, something like that. There's something in the process of something. Protect the wild. Still very cryptic, Spirit, and I don't like this. I am apt to let the emotions flow. There's just a big piece of I'm just going to tell you, whatever comes in, what they're just wanting to remind somebody, they want you to experience. You've been tapped out of the experience. You've been too much in a hyper-focused where it keeps you out of life. You're not experiencing life. You're not experiencing through your heart center. You're not taking care of yourself and taking care of the things that you love and indulging in those things. You're not indulging in life's little luxuries. You're on the grind, the grind, the grind, the grind. Fear of something being fleeting. Getting yourself into an energy where that almost perpetuates it because you are in a constant state of fear of losing something. And they're like, there is a balance that can occur where you can both continue to pursue something, work towards your destiny, work towards this goal that you want, and enjoy the process at the same fucking time. It doesn't have to be one or the other. There is a happy medium. And you need to be more vocal or more active in choosing the things that you want and that you desire. And if this is talking about a person coming into your life, it is saying, look, this is going to go somewhere. This isn't fly by night. In the process of trying to, of that, like if you articulate what it is you want and what you truly desire to people, you can eliminate those fly by nights. Okay. But there's going to be a massive uptick. It's a quit going through the motions. That's what this fear of things slipping through your fingers is doing. This fear of it's always going to be short-lived. Whatever it is, love, success, progress, money, whatever it is perpetuating that problem. It holds you in a space of, one, not enjoying it, and the enjoyment of it and the living it is what helps to bring more of it to you. But also it keeps you in a fear-based state, and it repels things and almost is like a self-fulfilling prophecy. And they're like, you've got to stop. You've got to stop. I feel like protect the wild is like protecting all those things that are just naturally carnal to you, the things that you just I want to read that one. I want to read that one. I have too many books. Too many books. So many fucking books. Oh my gosh. That's not even it. I have too many books. I gotta clean this desk drawer out. More books. Found it. Good God. 32. The world is not yours to possess. It is a gift given to you and your children. Tread with care and walk with love. Remember, your relationship with the world around you is a symbiotic one. Your relationship with the world around you is a symbiotic one. Move with care and walk with love. Something about this is a gift given to you, and if not cared for and looked after and nurtured, that is what causes it to be fleeting. This isn't a one-sided situation. It isn't just about something being served up on a silver platter for you. You have to be an active participant. Let the emotions flow. And that's the whole point. You have to let yourself enjoy this. You have to let yourself feel. Don't worry, we'll pull cards. We'll do some questions after this. Somebody is finding it very difficult to come out of their shell, to feel, I want to say, more than just fear. They find it difficult to allow themselves to enjoy and just have a constant flow of emotions. And it feels overall like this is just in life in general. When was the last time you felt true childlike wonder? When was the last time you felt excitement? When was the last time you cried at a movie? When was the last time that you allowed the emotions of going out in nature to take over you? Like there's this sense of like robotic grind. A note on love. Seek different seasons and enter into the unknown. When love is the focus, foundation, and goal, blessed is the body, mind, and soul. You really should be walking through this life with the purpose and intent of experiencing it through your heart center. You discover your path in sacred walkabout. You have kept yourself from living. There's a difference between surviving. There's a difference between existing and then living, right? A moment's joy. Somebody's having a really difficult time getting back into this. Stand through the hourglass, yet time could stand still. A moment lasts forever in the bliss of the heart's will. Maybe choosing to do something, engage in something, or experience something for the sheer sake of your desire to do so, rather than for the idea and notion that you've got to keep moving forward and capitalizing on something. What is the fucking point if you can't enjoy this life? What is the point of all of the work that you do? What would be the point of being financially successful, or if you can't fucking enjoy it? And I know that we get a lot of people that will shame individuals who have money for enjoying something. And it's like, you know, I understand the notion that there should be a level of connection with your fellow man, right? And being there and supporting and not hoarding, right? But why do we chastise people for enjoying the freedom that they have attained? Because that is exactly what we should be doing as well, if and when we ever attain whatever we're talking about. I think that's a major thing that separates a lot of people, is the fear that we allow to lead our life. And that fear acts as an interference in our success, in our thriving, in our living, in the experience, in the process. And that's why we experience things as being so fleeting. Okay. Sometimes I just don't want to fight them on it because I'm like, at no point did you tell me exactly what the Page of Cups is. But maybe it's like, because I actually feel there's something with that, with this new surge. But I'm not willing to beat that down. Okay, okay. All righty. You eat your food fast. Hey, Anna. All right, guys. I need to go in. Go ahead if you want to do a reading. If you want a reading from me, say something in the chat. Say something. I'm gonna go and blow my nose really quick. Okay. It is a nightmare where I live this time of year. Like you think spring is terrible. My son and I went for a walk. My oldest one, he's the one that's like allergic to living. And I swear to you, we were outside for 10 minutes, and he was like, it was just like coming out like liquid. It was like, and he's like, he was so aggravated. And it was early in the morning. I don't know. And LP, what's up? Right? All right. So let's see here. Okay. I'm going to go up. All righty. Let's see here. I don't know, but like, it's what it is. So. We might play a game for this one. I got some pretty markers, guys. Don't worry. Are you ready? Okay. Takes the decision making out of. Fuck. Sorry, guys. Okay, here we go. Is we ready? All right. We're gonna do it like this, okay? We do this sometimes. Oh, geez, no. I will ask a question and you have to guess it in the chat. You get a limited amount of time and you only get one guess. The person that hits it gets a reading, okay? We just go there. All right. We're gonna go simple and basic because sometimes people think that I get too elaborate. Alrighty. I want you to guess the month that I'm writing down. We've got only 12 of them, guys, okay? Alrighty? Alrighty. So, if you want a reading, you got to guess. This is so pretty! Hey, it's all good. Can you hear my marker? This is really pretty. I'm making little hearts. Okay. This is hilarious. 3, 2, 1. October! I know. Can you tell? It's an O. That should at least tell you. October. All right, Terry. All right, Terry. Let's do this. Do you have a particular question? Do you want a reading? I assume you want a reading. Oh, that's a big assumption that you're doing something wrong. That was the first thing that came to my mind. All right, let's see. So we're going to start with Hermetic Tarot. I got some oracles that are calling out too. Let's see what's going on. Have you been letting yourself, I know we just had this reading, have fun? Because I'm seeing somebody who, where the grind and the work is acting as a barrier to love coming in. We got the center card being the Knight of Cups, and we have flanking it the Three of Pentacles, which is the building up, right? Like the working on something, the creation of something, it is work in and of itself. It even says down here material work at the bottom of this particular card. And over here we have the Nine of Wands, which we all know is like a level of defense. Like, how much do you actually allow yourself to socialize and enjoy things outside of work? Do you treat trying to find love like work? Because the wall that's built, the level of protection or the level of, like, I'm just getting a wall. Is work your wall? Explain the Nine of Wands, please. Well, they gave me the Knight of Swords and the Ace of Cups. Is work like your defense? Do you like pour yourself into your work? Because it gives me the energy of, how do I put this? Okay, I'm just gonna say it. It's like going, okay, I'm gonna put myself out there. I'm gonna get out of my house, get out of my cocoon. And so you make sure that every day for a week you do something. And I'm talking like I go to the grocery store this day, I go da. And like you're like, okay, I'm going out there. And as soon as the week is over because something didn't pop off, it's like, well, you want to put your energy towards something that feels productive, that you feel success in. And it's almost as if you don't have that immediate success, it's like a defense mechanism, because that's really what the Nine of Wands is to revert to like pouring yourself into something else because you need some level of gratification. At least this was working out. At least this, you know what I mean? Because like somehow like I get the feeling like you don't like wasted time. Well, since this isn't happening, I'll just go ahead and put my energy over here. And it's like, I heard patience, grasshopper. Like you really, I want one more on that one. Whatever this defense mechanism is, or this wall that you have, it's like the energy, it's like you find it very difficult to get out of your grind, the Emperor, the masculine. Which means it's difficult for you to receive. You're not in the energy of allowing something to happen. You constantly want to try and force things. And when they don't, you'll put your energy towards something that does pop off. Or you just altogether will not direct your energy towards something where you don't feel successful. This is the do, not being open to receive. If you're constant action and motion, then you don't leave room for something to come in. Yeah, you use your lack of success, or how many times like, I tried this and it didn't happen. I tried that and it didn't happen. No. Like, I get the feeling like you are supposed to go out and have fun. And something about that doesn't feel good to you because there's no proof of success for you. It feels like useless time spent. Like, I see you are meant to go out and enjoy people and socialize and go on dates, many dates, lots of dates, and just get to know people. You know, like now when you're not going out with like consistently putting yourself into the energy of having fun and enjoyment, and you can't let the fuck go. Like, it's like, to what end? You look at it as if you do that, like, you should have some level, like, you should have some kind of trophy to prove that it was worth doing that. Having fun, enjoying life. The purpose and the trophy you'll get from doing this is the ability to go in and out of the Emperor energy at will. Like, you've spent so long in your life being in the Emperor energy, building, creating, building, having a goal to get to, and always having results or things to prove that you were getting closer to it. That's not how love works. That's not how soul connections work. Like, you're not going to receive some tangible piece of candy. You know what I mean? Like I'm just getting, like, when we go through school, like as a kid, and like every time we do an assignment, we get a grade so we can gauge, and then we know, you know what I mean? But that's not how connections and people and living from the heart space works. You don't get little incremental things to show. Like, it's the feeling. It is the feeling of enjoyment. And it's like, why do you cut that off? It's almost as if, like, if you don't receive something tangible as a result that you see as being a goal, and they're telling me, like, the goal right now is for you to just live. I feel like that fucking reading is so funny. It is so funny because I remember last time I did a reading for you, there was something that popped up at the beginning of the fucking read. Like, before I ever got on, I was like, that was you. You, Terry. This last reading was you. You don't see it as such, though. It's like you don't see the value in. Here's the thing. We are taught when we get really stuck in our masculine, and that's what you are. You're very stuck in your masculine. We are taught that our emotions will follow suit if we get X, Y, Z. We got a checklist. If I get the house, if I get the job, if I get the picket fence and the 2.5 kids, then I should be happy. And that's not the fucking formula to it. And that's the approach that you're taking. You're taking the approach of this, then this, then you're so used to having a formula or having like a checklist or having some kind of something, right? And it's like as a guide, and then, like, you know, being able to check, oh, see, I got it. There's that. Okay, I did that part. And it's like, but that's not what's going to lead to the fulfillment. The fulfillment that you're seeking has a completely different approach, and your level of difficulty of getting out of your masculine is what's creating this barrier for you, the 9 of Wands. Because even when you're not in action, your mind is. And I talked to my cousin, the other one, Amber, about this sometimes, because she's like, I put, like, she will go through the integrity, words, actions, and energy all match, right? And she's like, no, I'm taking time myself. And then I'm like, no, you're not. Because just because you're not speaking on something or doing something action-wise doesn't mean that your mind and your energy still isn't in the energy of worry, contemplation, needing to achieve. Like, you can feel it. I get solar plexus energy from you. I get so like it is irritating almost to you to a little bit. You feel uneasy. That's what they want to say. You feel uneasy about it. And for you, moments of happiness, joy, and emotion tend to be more fleeting. You desire it so much. You've desired it so much that you are so used to the energy of desiring it that you fear not desiring it. You think that if you're not in the constant, like, it's a feeling of like begging for it. Like, if you're not craving, I need this. Like you need the need of needing it more than you do it, is what it feels like right now. And it's like, so your nervous system is so used to, and that's because of much of your life having to be spent in a very grind state, the emperor state. That's that goal energy. Like I have to be in striving for something in order to feel comfortable in my own skin. And your nervous system, your central nervous system doesn't know how to let go and disengage from that. So when they tell you that you need to be having fun and letting go, it is going to be uncomfortable at first. There's this level of you're meant to get back into the flow of things. Sorry. And you haven't let yourself do that, which just pushes your desire further away. You've got to get out. You've got to learn. You need the temperance card. You need to be of both worlds. Okay. Chariot. I know you know this story. I say it all the time. If the two sphinxes, two horses are trying to go in opposite directions, right? If they're not in alignment, last reading, your mind and soul need to be one. They need to be on the same fucking page. You ain't gonna go nowhere. No progress, no success, no momentum, no follow through. It's not gonna happen. And right now you have two aspects. You operate. You have just the masculine aspect that is wanting to go. It's almost as if your feminine aspect is only allowed to come up for air, is what they said. So you don't really operate from that. There's not an integration between the two. There's not harmony between the two, which is a temperance card. Like both have to be on the same page, right? They both have to be engaged. And so and that's what unity consciousness is. It is the seamless flow and movement between varying aspects of ourselves, to the point that it's like it's going at such a speed that we don't recognize at any one given moment when we're in our masculine or feminine, when it's our human or our soul. They're acting as one in tandem, right? That's what unity consciousness is. So when we talk about union, that's of any of the aspects of ourselves. And right now, so it's going to be uncomfortable is what I want to tell you. It's going to be uncomfortable. You can't approach it the same way you would any other goal in your life. And because your masculine is what has led you to achieve so much, your masculine feels like, no, this is my wheelhouse. This is what I'm supposed to do, right? But you are not. There's consistent and continual feedback from your environment, from the universe, and it is the feminine aspect that inspires the masculine. Okay. When we stay in our masculine too long, it ventures into a very toxic state. That's when we try to force and make something happen, and we get aggressive with things and angry, and we operate from that energy, or the victim mentality as well, right? When we are consistently moving back and forth between our masculine and our feminine is receiving the feedback, 3 of Wands, right? We have a desire, we take action toward the desire, and then we have to wait for the feedback. Whatever we put out into the universe then comes back to us, right? So in your doing, in the having fun, in the engaging in that, right? If you're not open to the receptivity of the energy flowing back to you, how does your feminine then inspire the masculine on what to do next? I've said this before. You don't ever let the masculine go free willy-nilly, half cock off doing whatever the fuck. Like if it doesn't have inspiration, the shit that the masculine will do will create delays. It is the feminine that informs the masculine aspect. It is where your sense of inspiration and creation and desire comes from. It's like your masculine to your feminine. I got this. And it's going after shit. It's no more what you fucking desire. And nor is it going to bring back what you receive back. It's going to be nothing what you fucking desire, because it won't sit down, shut the fuck up, and listen for 2 seconds. Your feminine receives the feedback and inspires the masculine on how to act. Your feminine aspect receives the information, the energy, and is where that is where the direction in life. It is your beacon. That's why I always talk about the sacral being kind of like the thing that pulls things into it, right? It filters through it, and then it gives further inspiration for you. So if you're out dating and you're getting back into the swing of things and you're having fun, it's like the feminine's like, oh yes, that's yummy. Ooh, no, I don't like that. Oh yes, that's yummy. I want more of that. And it informs your masculine on how to be, when to act, when not to act. It's the level of discernment. When are we just here to receive and experience? And when are we meant to actually do something? But this motherfucker be just constantly wanting to do, wanting to make it happen. And when it doesn't, it goes, fuck this shit. I'm going over here where I can get. And it's like sometimes he needs to sit down, shut the fuck up, and give her a turn. Okay? And he's fighting against it right now. He doesn't see, I don't see where, because he expects to receive something tangible, external. When the feminine energy is a very internal, receptive energy, you know what I'm saying? And so he's not even referencing her. This is a thing where we figure out the people that we align with and who we can connect with. And when our feminine is cut off, it's all cerebral. This motherfucker is all cerebral. And that's not how you're going to find what you want. You have to be of both worlds. It can't just be of the mind. You're not ever tapping into the emotion of things, the experience of it. So when spirit is saying you need to get out and have fun, you need to get out and allow yourself, you need to do all these other things, your masculine thinks that's not going to produce what I want. I don't see a person. I don't see an instant connection. And it's like, because the feminine is still figuring it out, still feeling it out. Like, what? Ooh, I like this about a person. Oh, I do not like that. We're not doing that one again. And it gets like you're honing your beacon. You're honing in. You're honing what you desire so you can call it in. And you're just not, and the process isn't meant to be a solely cerebral process. You're afraid to open up because the feminine is also one that is very vulnerable. And if you are dictated mostly by your masculine who says, who takes and interprets not having a tangible result from something as failure, then he's going to be afraid to let the feminine enjoy. That's where the feminine is what allows us to enjoy things. And when we get stuck in our masculine, we interpret satiating the ego with enjoyment, when in actuality, all that does is quiet the little monster. And we feel like such relief. That's not the energy you need to be coming from. There's a level of fear, 9 of Swords, with being in your Empress. Sitting in all your juicy goodness. Experiencing, being vulnerable, feeling, being in touch energetically with the things that are around you, and using that as your compass. Like, you're going to have to do, it's the idea of, I don't want to say it like this, but it kind of is, because I don't really like to say it, but faking it till you make it. It's like you have to put yourself in those situations and almost force yourself and do it repetitively until you're able to, like, until he can sit down. It's almost like you need practice being in your Empress energy again. You need practice. It won't happen overnight. You put off this energy. You remove yourself from situations. Hold on. You put yourself in situations and circumstances where if you don't receive some external feedback immediately, you remove it. You just remove yourself from it. So you're blocking yourself in that capacity. But energetically speaking, also, you're constantly sending energy out and not being open to receive. What can approach you when you're in that type of energy? Your masculine acts as a barrier, as the wall. And people can feel that. I don't care what you say, and I don't care what you do, because your energy speaks volumes about that. And so there's this level of play that needs to happen in your life for you to be able to get out of that. And I promise you, you'll notice a difference. You'll see people approaching you. You'll see this openness towards you. And you'll suddenly have more of a desire to do the enjoyable things, not just be solely stuck with the grind. Okay, I think you need to go back and watch the collective one, because that was definitely for you. Definitely for you. Oh my God. Vulnerability. It's uncomfortable. You know, it's uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, Terry, that was for you, apparently. I was getting frustrated as hell. Probably because that was your energy, because you just, I don't get it. Like, what? Like, you wanted specifics. Like, that's, remember, I was like, what is the Page of Cups? Like, just tell me what it is. And it's like, they were like, that's that masculine wanting it. I want details and I want answers. And if I don't see it, you know what I mean? Like, that is that energy. So, yeah. Yeah, well, the other two weren't for you. That the other two had Manishka going to town. Let me tell you what. She was like, "Oh my God, yeah!" You're like, So, yeah, I can see. But that also could be your defense mechanism. I don't want to hear it. Although I will say, one of the I don't know if it was the last two. One of the readings that I did earlier this week was all about, like, I'm sick and tired of hearing the frou blah, 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 shit. Like, I just want answers. I just want, like, they were wanting a this, and this. It's kind of the same energy. So, kind of the same energy. Well, and you might want to rewatch this one too, maybe at a later point, in a couple of days, and then see if you receive something different from it. So, all right. Who else? Who is still around that would want a reading? What time is it? Oh, we're so good. It's 10 o'clock. This day's just starting. You're welcome. Hey, David. Terry. Heather wants one. The thing about this chat is there's a delay. So, like, when you're typing something, it gets like, how do I put it? Like it takes a while for it to show up. So I have to give it a minute to see if anybody else says anything. It's like a 60-second delay or something like that. You should see me when I'm asking questions, guys. Sit here like this. Look like a dumbass. Heather, David, right? I feel like my coffee needs more, like some cayenne in it or something like that. That is odd. We have 8 people on. Okay, Karishma. Get it, LP. Did you enjoy your weekend, LP? Because I know that certain plans got thwarted or you chose against them. So I'm hoping that you still got to enjoy your weekend, though. All right, so let's see here. How are we going to do this? It's weird. Good. I'm glad. Okay, so let me see here. They don't want me to do a game. I'm like, oh. They started off with a pain in my side, my right side. And I was just ignoring it because, like, you know, I'm old. Pains come and go kind of thing. And they're like it felt very, they brought my attention to it. Like, they've been doing this thing where they will show me saying, oh, somebody's feeling this in their side, or this must have, like, it's a message somehow. Okay. All right. I'm trying to figure out who they want. If I don't do a game, what do you want me to do? Okay, we're going to start with Heather. Heather, do you have a question in mind, or do you just are you open to just a general read? I'm sorry, Terry. Am I making you feel old? Terry, you're young. Shut up. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, go ahead and let me know what your question is. I told you I'll be looking stupid over here. Like, I'm waiting for it to come through, and I know it has everything to do with just how long it takes. Oh, my tags are hanging out. For the chat to update or whatever the hell it's doing. Okay, what's coming towards you career-wise? We're going to do Azathoth Tarot. Now, when we say what's coming towards you career-wise, that really leaves a broad interpretation for spirit. So it could literally talk, like, it could be bringing, and I'm only saying this to help you. Like, it's like, hey, what's going to happen this week? And it's like the shit they can come through with, you know what I mean? Because it kind of, you know, so what's coming towards me career-wise? Are you trying to get more specific? Like, hey, what's the next level in my career? What's the next development? Are you saying, what's about to happen? Like, are you looking for a time, like, foresight? You know what I mean? Foresight can bring, like, the reason I say this, because the very next thing that could happen is so-and-so is gossiping about you, or it could be that due to economy, you don't get a promotion. And it's kind of like, you know, like what are you exactly wanting to know in regards to what's coming towards you? Like, do you want to get more specific than that? Okay. Some level of hesitancy on your part. Definitely some fucking hesitancy. You're trying to figure something out. It's uncertainty on your part, and you're trying to get a better, clearer understanding of something. Not quite happy with status quo. Not quite sure if you're feels like something is either just presented itself, like an idea, an option, a potentiality, and you're like, and you're trying to get like a better understanding or idea of it. Like, not too quick to jump on this is what it is, what I would say. New area of interest. I'll show you the cards in just a second. I just get this what feeling. Like, I gotta show you this. This is hilarious because they're like, this is exactly how she fucking reacts. I say she because you got Heather. I don't fucking know what you are. None of my business, okay? Four of Cups. The illustrious Four of Cups. The apathetic card. The I don't feel necessarily drawn to anything. There's so many potentialities that could bring me joy, that I could that could be fulfilling, or just so many routes or ways something could pan out. And I'm kind of like, but here I am. The Three Cups that used to make me really happy and excited, and this is the existing network, the existing environment, the existing connections and stuff like that, where you're kind of like, you know what I'm saying? But I want you to see this little, look, we're going to get close. We're going to get close. Okay. So there's this cup, right? And it's coming out of the sky. And Spirit's like, it's almost like it's this epiphany, this idea, this opportunity. And you look at it like, what the fuck? Like, let me see. Let me show you. Oh, come on. See, you see that, like, what? That look on his face. Oh. I hate my camera some days. Do you see how he's looking? He's like, he sees that cup. You see, like, bug-eyed, like. And then the card that comes out after that, after I said, you're trying to figure something out, you're like, you're not as quick to jump on something. And it's almost like like when somebody sticks something in front of your face, all of a sudden you're like, you almost like kind of go back and you have to like adjust your sight, and you look at it and you're like, what the fuck is that? Like, it feels like, and I'm like, you're having to, like, this idea of having to get a different perspective on something. You're like, I'm not really sure. You're sitting with something. There's something sitting with something. And Hanged Man came out after that. I was like, you are hesitating. You are like, I'm just going to be honest with you. We're not doing books around here. So I'm intrigued by the Four of Cups. I got to be honest with you. here's the thing. Okie dokies. Okie dokies. So we have the Three of Pentacles. Spirit, they're like, yes, this is about work. Work. We get it. And it's funny because we have the word strength at the top, but this is the Nine of Wands. This is the feeling that I was getting, like, And I can't get away from the energies of the people that are here in this scenario too. Like somehow you may have something's questionable about people or in an environment because you're not, I don't know. We got the Page of Pentacles, which would be the cup showing up. This idea, this notion, this opportunity, this potentiality, and it's like you're hesitant towards it. It's I don't know. Like you're perplexed. Uncertain whether something is like, I mean, if we've got like spirit almost, sorry, spitting on spirit almost bringing something to you and you're like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. It's a new option. It's a new trajectory. It's a new possibility. Might be a completely new environment since Three Cups talks about your networks, new people, and you're kind of like having to sit with it. Like you're not very quick to jump on something, and you're I mean, look at this. His fucking eyes. He's just looking at it like, and he's not even. Oh, he's like about something. They will. I cannot get over that. Nine of Wands is the almost defensive about something, almost untrusting about something. The Page of Pentacles, this thing that's coming in, you're like, that's where that level of uncertainty. It's like, it's feeling like a cautious. Thank you. I was looking for the word. Really cautious about something. Why? What is this? You are anticipating. Ooh, you don't think something's going to work out. You don't think it's going to be a good idea. You think it's going to fail. We've got the Five of Pentacles with the Five of Cups. There may be something that presents itself where it's like, you might almost feel like it shows up as if it's like a new option, almost being ushered in by spirit, but your logical mind is like, that looks like a big fat fucking nope. And you're having to sit with it to try and see it from, like, see its potential, see its possibilities. There is a level of attention that this would garner, whatever this is. It's like you just don't know if it's a good idea. You're worried about it. You don't think it's going to be profitable. You don't think it's going to go somewhere. I mean, Five of Pentacles is like, shit, it's not popping off with it. It's going to go south, right? With the Five of Cups where it's like just shit going wrong. Like, it's almost like, I don't know if this is going to be good materialistically or emotionally. Like, I just don't, like, I don't want to invest in something like that. And then we have the Star card. We'll pull another deck. Star card feels very much so like, Does somebody want to resurrect something? Does somebody want to revisit something that didn't do so well? Give me, okay, thank you. Secret Tarot. Or is it involving people where it didn't work out so well before? All right, clarify. We're going to do some clarifying here. Help me understand. Because right now, they're solely focused on your response or your outlook on something versus the actual presentation of it. Give me 2 seconds. Let me see. What is the Page of Pentacles here? What is the Page of Pentacles? That was the Fool. My hand shoved it back in, but since it didn't pop out, I'm not going to pull it, but that was the Fool. For fuck's sake. Okay. Opportunity or option in work that you are not keen on. We have the Ten of Swords. Either something didn't work out before, or you just do not see it working out. You don't see that it would be maybe based upon past experiences. Maybe you've had an exceptionally large amount of like, yeah, that shit didn't fucking work, which is why you're staring at the current 3 cups. And so when another cup presents, you're like, you gotta be shitting me, right? Because it's almost like whatever this option or opportunity is going to heal. You're being guided to it. A lot of the past disappointments. I don't know if you've made a lot of attempts at something and it just, there was a lot of what you felt like disappointment and failures in it because it didn't pan out. It required more work than it was worth. And the idea and notion with the 3 of Pentacles is that people are visibly seeing this. And it's kind of like you're an unwillingness to do something that will yet again publicly fail, or where you will appear unsuccessful again. It's like, and there's this idea and notion that that's the worst of it. Like you're over it is what I want to say. You're very over that. Because then we have the 3 of Pentacles coming out again. Something about this work, like getting some level of like fast development and communication in regards to some type of work that's going to be very victorious. That's going to be very good for the soul is what I want to say. I want to say that whatever, you've been through some soul sucking shit. Cups depleted, like it's the idea notion that somehow this other cup is going to taste the same. I know it sounds really weird. Let's imagine there's 3 cups in front of you and they all fucking taste nasty. When they bring up, now try this one, you're like, your level of trust is not going to be there. And they're saying, all you have to do is be willing to do this, to say yes. And you'll be able to experience the 10 of Pentacles. I want to know what it is, though. You're just held guarded against this. Like, is it too similar to what you've done before, so you think that it's not going to work, that it's like, I'm not going to fall flat on my face again, or I'm not going to do that again? Like, why would I do that again? Why would I? But it's not the same. But for whatever reason, you feel like it's like too familiar, too close to. Logically, you're looking at it and it's like, What is this then? And let's see what, based on timing, what is this? And then they want to talk about the Hanged Man. What is this? It's something new. Told you I saw the fool. It tried to come out earlier. It's a new prospect, okay? But something about it is a little too, like, you just think like it's like the idea of like, I don't want to drink more of the Kool-Aid. This would be like having corporate jobs and being like, I don't think I can work for a big corporation, and then something pops up and it feels too much like what you came from type of situation. You know what I mean? Like the idea of it. But it's a new trajectory. It's a new path. And it's like the idea notion of like, why would I leave one scenario to go for another when it's pretty much the same and there's no guarantee. There's a level of skepticism is what I want to say on your part, and cautious. Whatever you have done up to this point, you have exerted way too much fucking energy. We have the 10 of Wands. I said this earlier, where it's like it wasn't reciprocal. It wasn't worth your energy. It wasn't worth it. It didn't pay off. We've got the 5 of Pentacles and like, you know, all this work, this building, the 3 of Pentacles. Like, I'm just telling you, it's like more of a burden than it's worth. Whatever you have done, and you're projecting that onto whatever this new thing is, like it feels like it's more work than it's worth, because we have the 5 of Wands, or the 10 of Wands with the 5 of Pentacles. It's the juice isn't worth the squeeze. But we have like the Sun, which is the most positive card in the entire tarot deck, right? It is the fuck yes card. It is the victory card. It is the ultimate path smoothed out, everything lit up, it's all good card. And they say when the Sun card shows up next to any negative cards, it kind of cancels them out. Like, so it's almost like, the only thing that's holding you back is yourself. This is self-imposed entrapment. So why? Let's talk about that. Why? Has everything to do with your level of commitment and energy you have to put behind something. Feeling of like, I need to know it's going to be worth it before I do it type of situation. But I want to say, I feel like this not being able to, it's almost as if what you're feeling of is it worth it has more to do with the past than it does anything that's going to present itself to you. We've got the Knight of Swords, which is the pivot. So maybe it's a lot of change. It's a lot of like, is it worth jumping trajectories? Knight of Swords is always about a 180, a complete 180. Is it worth it? Is it going to be worth my time? Is it going to be worth the investment? You feel already spent. And obviously with the 3 of Pentacles, it's something that you have to work on and build up, right? It's not already at the 10 of Pentacles, but they're saying it will go to the 10 of Pentacles if you just say yes. It'll lead to the 10 of Pentacles. Like, this is kind of like, and so it's one of those things where King of Wands is the level of determination, follow through, the energy and momentum that has to go behind something. It's a change in your area of focus. I mean, I gotta be honest with you. It doesn't feel like whatever you have been doing or what you're doing is something that it's not exciting like it used to be. It's not something that's got you in a very apathetic. So whatever you've experienced and what you've been through has you in a very apathetic, and it's being projected onto a new opportunity. nothing feels like it's worth it. And they just said nothing feels like it's worth it. But they're saying it is. Sometimes we have to endure the lag and the of something to get, because like I've said this to Spirit. I don't know if you've ever done this or anybody else has ever done this, but it's almost like, look, I am in such a place energetically that I need, like, I can't just pull myself back into an energy I haven't experienced for a long time, right? So this sense of joy, like, you please bring something into my life where I can go, oh, and I feel it again, and it fuels me to want to feel it more and more and to stay in the energy. If you've been depleted or out of a particular energy or mindset for a long time, sometimes you need something to come in and change that, right? Well, sometimes, even if something's brought in, we're not going to feel that change until we just get into the doing, until we go there and try that and go that trajectory. And so it's like a lot of work. It's like being stuck in quicksand. You know what I mean? It's like being stuck in mud. It's like to pull out of that and just, because I feel burnt out. It's like same shit, different days, what it feels like. Tell me about the Hanged Man, please. Tell me about the Hanged Man. Are you fucking kidding? Captain Obvious. Hanged Man, clarified by the Hanged Man. They're pulling the Knight of Swords to the Hanged Man energy, almost like this 180 type of energy, right? And that's the whole point of the Hanged Man, is to see the world, see this from a different perspective, to see the world in a different light, right? But they always bring me to how, like, sometimes it's like time is money. Time is money. Time is like probably of the essence. Because while taking this pause, somebody is missing out on something here, missing out on something. So the amount of time that it takes you to kind of like get your, it's like, just do it, is what I want to say. Just do it. Like, you do need a different perspective on it. And that may be why they're like giving, because I was like, why are the Eight of Wands is the very fast moving card. It's almost like, you know what I mean? Because success will, it's almost like do, and then you'll have the love of success, or you'll have that reciprocal energy that makes you go, oh, I'm so glad I did this, and it brings you back to life. Does that make sense? It's not like Spirit's going to give you something to kind of bring you back to life where you're like, oh, where automatically it's a fuck yes. Because right here, remember, we had this sense of the 10 of Wands and the 5 of Pentacles with the fuck yes card. It's kind of like, it's still a fuck yes. It's a fuck yes. But you're kind of, right here. And so, like, this is what's causing you to hold back from this. What is this thing? What is this thing? I get the energy of like either a new environment or new people. And there's a question of the people. Hold on. Let me kind of... Hey, Kelsey. Okay, where are we at? Yeah, I'm looking for clearing. I know what I want, though, but something seems to block my path, and I don't know how to remove this block. I'm asking for a way out, something more quick. Well, I guess, like I said, sometimes, then why does it feel like either something's going to present itself, and you're still going to view it as, like, it's no coincidence that I brought up the energy of, like, sometimes we want Spirit just to bring something in us to spark that again. So we're like, oh, and we get that momentum. And it's almost like you're going to have to act, and then the spark, bringing something back to life, then it takes off. Then you buy into it. Then you're connected with it. Like, there's something about that where it's like, it's going to be that way. And you just have to kind of, and it's going to be hard to move beyond that, because I feel like something is going to present itself. It is being brought in by Spirit, but there's all this hesitancy, all this guardedness, feeling like I have literally endured to, is what it feels like. And whatever this option is going to heal all of that. But you can't see it. It's like you're not going to, sometimes I just want the feeling ahead of time because I'm like, look, if you can just bring me relief, I know I will be able to. Let me give you an example. Sometimes Spirit's like, you need to do some things for yourself. And I'm like, well, guess what? I would feel more inclined and have the energy to and the ability to follow through with taking care of myself if I didn't have these stressors. So if you can just like alleviate that, I will do all kinds of stuff for myself, right? Like I will just, you know what I mean? And I'll focus only on that. But when I have this stressor in my life, I cannot. It's not, I'm not able to do it. I'm so enveloped in it and it's like it surrounds me, it saturates me that I can't pull myself up out of that. I can't do what you're asking of me because of this. And it's this sense that Spirit's like, well, if I take care of that, you're still going to feel the resistance to taking care of yourself. You're going to have to pull yourself up out. It's the pull yourself up by the bootstraps kind of mentality type of thing, where it's like, it's still going to be difficult for you. And so it's still on you, like that energy. And so it's like, I want this little thing, but guess what? You're still going to have to push through it. It's not going to just like this thing presenting itself. This clarity that you're asking for isn't necessarily going to, because like I said, remember I said, you're almost like, oh, that cup looks a lot like those other ones. Like it's not going to, Spirit can bring it in, but your mindset and your energy and the way that you're approaching certain things is going to try to paint it differently. Like it's just another fucking cup, the same old bullshit. Same shit, different day. This doesn't look any different than what I've already been through, everything that I've been saying, right? And so they're kind of saying, you're going to have to push through that. It's not going to, like when we present something, you're almost going to color it like it's not clarity. And you may look at it like, what? That doesn't help me. Like, remember this look? Like, it doesn't fucking help me. Like, what? And it is the answer. It is the answer. And you're going to have to work through this. Now, I want to ask, though, because there's something about people, about visibility, about this, that it doesn't feel answered. I don't know why. Three of Pentacles. Again, because the Three of Pentacles is the building up process. It definitely feels like something that won't have instantaneous results. You're going to have to work towards. And again, something about the past coloring how you see this, like what you've been through, it's going to be hard to get out of that. So even if Spirit, it's like Spirit gives you clarity, but you still act confused. Oh, I don't really know, because your mind is so used to being in a tizzy, right? And seeing something from a particular lens, the Hanged Man. So that blockage is your energy. It's like, again, it is having been in something for so long. I don't even know what it's like, Spirit, to do it like this, or to see it like this, or to do it, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like my mind will convince me that it's not clear. It will fabricate and create things to make me feel like it's not. And they're like, the thing that's blocking you is this energy. So your change is going to have to, the 180 is in your momentum, your follow through, your drive, your determination. You're going to have to push through. Has this clarity already showed up? Let's actually ask that. Or is it about to? Because it's almost as if they're saying, hey, and again, that's the whole point of the Judgment card, is you have to say yes. You have to act on. Has this clarity already showed up? Because I can't tell you how many times I'm like, bitch, that don't make no sense. No, it's not clear, Spirit. Like, I'd be arguing. Throwing hands. New Era elements. Because of the internal, and it's hard when you've been in a particular energy and you've had to set in it for a while. And it feels like the black gunk that's on you, like trying to get up out of the mud. Like, let's say you start, like trying to get up out of is what it feels like. It's hard. And so It's like being in sinking sand and someone says it's actually very easy to get out of that. Move less. That don't make no fucking sense. Right? But you know what I mean? So sometimes we can fight against the clarity and we can fight against the answer, or we can fight against the opportunity and convince ourselves that's not no. Because we're so used to having to fight for that when something comes in either very simply, we complicate it. We don't see it as such. But, has it showed up? Practical. Yeah. I get the feeling you pump the brakes on something. Funny, I have the death card and I laid it on top of the judgment card. And to clarify the death card, I have judgment. I want to say that this clarity's come in. You just haven't answered the call. You haven't fully closed out one and accepted the new. That's why I kept feeling this apathetic stuck between the two. It has presented itself. But it's almost like you want to argue the point. We've got the 8 of Swords, self-imposed entrapment. Overcomplicating something. Maybe not liking the answer that you got. Because then we have the 9 of Wands, which is the wall up. Like the wall up, right? And then we have the 8 of Wands. But see, I feel like if you could alchemize this, the resistance to that level of stubbornness to just doing it and following through, it's like almost on the other side you'll see. You have to push through some type of energy, some type of resistance. And then things will move very quickly. Because we have the 8 of Wands with the World card. It's like you need to push through this resistance to clarity to answer the call. I feel like there's some level of something meant to come into you. Things are meant to balance out. I feel like Spirit is sending messages. 8 of Wands can also be that. And it's like you have seen the clarity. You just have to be the one to go, okay, I'm going to. And it's mucky, it's hard, it's difficult, it's thick. And you're convincing yourself that there's some like, no, it's not clear. I don't understand. Like, and you're creating the confusion. Just like sometimes like how we can like the ocean, okay? And then we have like beautiful, but if you're like kicking and doing all kinds of stuff, you kick up all the sediment and dirt and everything, and it's suddenly not clear. It's very crystal clear. Something about your resistance, your level of resistance, and how quickly things can turn in your favor. Opportunities will present and things open up to you if you just push beyond that. We do have the Queen of Pentacles, which is you have the capacity and the ability to do this. There may be an aspect of yourself because of your level of burnt out where you've convinced yourself, I can't. Like you want clarity. But your inner, because you've been in the energy of fed up and done for so long that it's like it feels like an anchor to you, and you're not taking moves. I'm going to ask what idea, what notion, what came through. It's probably right. I went, like that. I resisted it, so it's probably the right one because that would be your energy. I heard you need to get to working on something. It's a collaborative effort. I don't know, but there is some level of working with people. I kept telling you, I keep feeling something here. Okay, so like some of the things I say with the Three of Pentacles is you could be commissioned to do something, and you have to work for, or you have to work with, or do something like a collaboration or something, or maybe it's a work environment that you're like, ugh, like maybe the idea of working with other people is like, that kind of thing. But it has something to do with other people because we've got the Three of Cups, which is the network, the social network, the people, right? Then we have the Hierophant, which is like an established either institution or structure that's already in existence, or creating. It could be creating something with other people. And then we have the Two of Wands. You would have to be willing to do this. And something about the Six of Swords is all about making that transition, making the forward movement. And obviously, I don't do reversals, but once in a while, they're like, keep this in reverse. And I'm like, okie dokies. It's like, you won't move towards that. Is there a resistance to working with a group of people, with a current, like an institution? Is there a resistance to having to work as a team on something? Is there a resistance to collaborating with somebody? Is it I want to create something on my own? And it's like, yeah, we don't operate in a vacuum here. You're gonna have to. You're like, the best way towards something is with people. Tell me more about the King of Pentacles. There's something that involves other people. Okay, so to go from the Queen of Pentacles, having the capacity to do it, and moving into actually doing it, King of Pentacles involves other people to some degree. Why is there resistance to? I keep dropping shit. I don't know why. I feel like my heart's like. Eight of Pentacles. There's again, the dedication, the follow through, a very specific area, skill sets. Like this, to me, they just give me focus, a focus. what I want to say is this battle that you go through, swords, where you're just like so burnt out, it's impacting your ability to hear your intuition. That it's not so much that the clarity hasn't come through, that the messages haven't come through, that the guidance hasn't come through, but your like the level of exhaustion has caused you to look at things from 20 different. I want to say that you could almost piecemeal something the fuck out in your mental realm, and you approach everything from that, and you're almost instantaneously drained. Almost instantaneously drained. Like I can't even think about something anymore. You're so, but I feel like you're gonna get to a point. Here's the thing. I call it the pressure cooker, where it's almost you like you are so wrapped up in an energy and you feel it, experience it, and it consumes you to the point where you finally surrender. And there'll be a moment where it all quiets down and the message will come through. And if you have to keep doing this cycle until the point where when the message comes through, you no longer fight it, you no longer dissect it, you no longer, you know what I mean? And then the intuition becomes very clear, because we have the Seven of Cups with the Queen of Cups. This is like something about what you've been through or this current state has your emotions just all over the place, and it interferes with you hearing your intuition. Like not being able to decipher what your intuition is and what your thoughts are. And it's almost like spirits, like either you can push through, like you can, sometimes I have to do this, I don't know, but it feels like I have to stay in that pressure cooker until the release valve. It has to completely build up. And then it's like, then I just surrender. And I hate that sometimes that I do that. Give me more on this one right here. Thank you. You are really resistant to the work that you would have to put in. I will tell you that. There's a level of burnt outness, either because of what you went through or being in this current state for so long that you are hella fucking resistant. Like the level of focus and determination and what it would require, it seems greater to you than you've dismissed it. Whatever it is, the clarity, you've dismissed it because it seems like it would require too much focus, too much work, too much, you know what I mean? Like nose to the grindstone type of energy. And that has you in the very resistant, stagnant state, Four of Pentacles, and rather than full steam ahead. Remember the story of the Chariot. If the two sphinxes, two horses, whatever, the aspects are not in alignment with one another, you ain't fucking going nowhere. You need to get your mind, your etheric, and your human self in alignment. Because we got over here, we got the Emperor. This is the energy of being so exhausted. I just want the answer put on my doorstep. Something looks more taxing than what it really is. And that's what's keeping you in the Five of Pentacles. Is there anything on I feel other people, I feel other energies. Jesus. That's the thing that's blocking you. That's the thing that's blocking you. Hangman came out. It's you. It is what the energy you're coming from. It is the level of exhaustion and apathy because of the current state and the length of time that it's taken. And it's almost as if, like, either you push through this or you're going to wait and stay in this until you surrender. And you may have convinced yourself that whatever clarity came through just wasn't true. I did a reading, I want to say this past week, it said that was about a collective reading where it was like, it can't be that simple. You need to take some time. Your focus right now needs to be getting your mind right, finding that release for this pressure that's internal to you. To get you your clarity. It is the mental conflict, 5 of Swords, that stops you from hearing things clearly and getting your downloads clearly. And because here's the thing, like our mind stops it, like our mental realm will stop our body from feeling, it'll get everything trapped up here. And you know how it is when when you know your intuition's on point and it's like yes, it's like a fuck yes in the body. You can't even feel it. You can't feel this. This is tapped out. Nothing seems to go from this point to this. And either you do what is necessary, right? You take the time and the energy, because I feel like even sometimes when you go, okay, I'm gonna focus on me, I'm gonna do that. It's like you can't, like, it's what I said about my cousin Amber, where it's like she's gone through things before and she's like, okay, I'm going to do it. And it's like you go through the motions and you say you're going to do something, but you don't let go of the energy. Because all the while your mind's still doing it, kind of thing. It's getting back into your body. Do some work. I feel like this is the best advice I can give you on getting back into your body. Because things are too cerebral. It's creating chaos in your emotions, and it's taking you out of understanding and hearing your intuition. So my first suggestion to you, and you know you better than anything, I don't care. Like, I'm the kind of person, like, sometimes dancing, and sometimes it's so difficult. Like, dancing really gets me back into myself, right? And out of here in my room, whatever. But sometimes I am so anchored and gunked that even I can't even pull myself to do that. I get my fucking self out in nature. There's times I get so anchored and gunked that it's like I can't even do that. There's a level of pushing through. Fucking do it. Do it. I don't care what it is for you. You can get so like so sick and tired of just not having the clarity that I can feel it in the heart center, like just the angst and the anger of that. Then the detachment, and then we carry. It's like a you know how, like, when you have a headache, like a migraine, but you take medication, and so like the major portion of it goes away, but you have like that halo headache, like you still have the remnants of it. Like, you're carrying this energy, and you can constantly feel the remnants of it, even if you're not in the midst of a moment of like, oh, you know what I mean? And I think that it has an impact on your central nervous system. They're bringing that too. So like, whatever you got to do, my number one suggestion to you is find a fucking way to get into your body. Only you know what works for you. And if you're like, I just, like, it's like, you may feel fucking hella resistant to that. Push through that shit. Do it. Keep doing it until your body until this releases. Because the other alternative is having this level of frustration until the pressure cooker finally and you surrender. And we all know what that's like. It's like the toddler that has to wind up, and you just got to wait for them to come down. And it's like, and they are spent afterwards. And have you noticed that sometimes we got to do that like a million times before we stop going back into a tizzy and we finally just surrender? I got no energy left in it. So those are your two choices right now. Because I am like, it is coming through. It is. So your rebirth is waiting. I'm curious though, because they just stopped me. Okay. I know it feels like a lot of work. Like there's something that your whole being seems to be resistant to, because again, is it worth it? Is it like, like, even if you don't consciously think of that, that's the energy. Even if that's not the voice that you hear in your head, that is the energy. But the only way to fix and rectify this and to get that, because sometimes like I sometimes ask Spirit, I'm like, just give me something to help pull me out of this. Like I am drowning here and I don't feel like I can, and it's like, you want me to get back into that childlike energy, like just bring something where it's like, I can't help but, you know what I mean? Like I need help getting out of this. And sometimes it's like, they're like, I could at this point, and you're so in it. And when we talk about co-creation, and it's like there's certain things that Spirit can do, but then we have our own aspects of responsibility. There's just certain shit Spirit can't do for us, and it can get frustrating as fuck to hear that shit and be like, I don't know what. And it's like the best thing, the fucking best. And even though it gets irritating to hear, is get into your fucking body repetitively, and if what you've been doing hasn't worked, because I get the feeling of like, but I do. No, you don't. No. You find yourself all too frequently, too easily. Sorry, there's a gnat. Okay, that's what I got. I feel you, Heather. I'm going to be honest with you. I feel you. So, and we all have had this too. Like we've been told before, where it's like there's a message waiting, just waiting to come in, and we play a major factor as to why we are not tapping into or hearing it. You know what I mean? And that can be, I know it's really frustrating. But yeah, you know you best. Stockpile the shit that you know that gets you back into your energy, into your body, in out of your mind, and do it. This might be TMI, Heather, and I'm not sure why they bring it. Like, I do know why. I fucking lie. I get the sense that you withhold from sensuality when you're in this kind of a state. And that probably translates into like not allowing yourself to indulge in a lot of pleasures. So I would say there's something in the realm of that that's like a good starting point. Because you need a release. You're in the pressure cooker and you need to release that pressure valve somehow. That's all we're going to say on that. Lord have mercy. Okay. Even up my nose, guys. Let's see here. There was Karishma. Are you still here? Karishma? I'm butchering names, guys. I'm butchering names. I'm trying to see who's still around. I look like I stuck my finger in a wall socket. Yay! Peter's here. LP's here. Anthony's here. Who else? Who else is still around? Oh, David. David's still here. Karishma, Kelsey. Okay, let's see here. Karishma, I feel like I'm supposed to do something for you. Did you have a particular question in mind? I'm pulled towards you, Karishma. This is not an order. This is not in an order. Do you have a particular question, or do you just want a random, it's not random. Do you just want a message from Spirit and let Spirit take it from there? I know I look crazy. Do you see some new opportunity coming my way? Remember, when we ask for that, it could be a number of things, guys, okay? I feel like I'm like one of those crazy professors from Harry Potter with my hair like this. Anywho's, okay, so that could be like, oh, sure, somebody's going to give you opportunity to go out to a social event. Somebody's going to, like, let's narrow that down. What type of opportunity are you asking about? Because usually if somebody says, do I have an opportunity coming? Like, you have an indication of what kind of opportunity you're looking for. You could have an opportunity to go wash your car. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we want to narrow this down just a little bit. And I will do it. I will read from that. I just want people to know that that gives free reign for Spirit to kind of to choose which opportunity they want to talk about. Does that make sense? And so that's like it could go any which way. Any which way. So fantastic. Thank you. Okay. Do you have a new Spirit, new work opportunity? Madame Endor's fortune telling. And for those who are new, I do full-on readings. Sometimes they're 20 minutes, sometimes they're 30 minutes, sometimes they're a freaking hour. So when I commit to somebody, I get into it. That's it. Like I am in there for the reading because there. And my thought process is, well, it's not just my thought. Like there's a reason behind it, right? So if I tell Spirit I'm willing to give people a reading and I'm giving Spirit free reign to finally get a message across to somebody, I'm not stopping it midway. I'm not half-assing it. Like, I'm going to let them get the point across. So, if that makes sense. So, some people like to listen to other people's readings because they get something from it. Other people will come and go, that kind of thing. So, just know that this is the way that I do my readings, right? It isn't a 1 or 2 card pull. I've got you will be guided through darkness. Well, thank you. Appreciate that, Krishna. You will be guided through darkness. Let's see what's going on. So that's just a reminder. And people pop off and come back and pop. That's why I always say, who's still around after? Because I get it. Like, we got shit to do. Some people will listen to me while they're cleaning. You know what I mean? Apparently, Terry listens to me while he sleeps. Beware who you trust. I know I look crazy. I'll put my hair back up in a second, but it was irritating me. Okay, hold on. Obviously, some things are not very aware to you right now, Karishma. The center energy is your luck will soon change. And this is, oh gosh, this is Bast. Bastet. Some people like have different names for her. I don't know if she speaks to you somehow, but Bast, oh, I love her. You will soon receive news from afar. And seek a union of spirit and mind. Let's get into this shit. I was feeling this. This is the Oracle of Fallen Angels. Guided through darkness, beware who you trust. I feel like you're gonna get help in. Isn't it funny? The moon and the wolf, because the wolf is usually howling at the moon, right? So Spirit's gonna help you navigate who you should and should not trust. Is the way that I'm seeing this. Because there's somebody obviously that you're not seeing, guided through darkness right now, that you do not need to trust. Revolution. New chapter. Because a revolt is like standing up against something to create, like revolution. A revolution. Things turning. I get the energy of standing up to some type of power. In an attempt to stop history from repeating itself. And then we've got refreshment after this new chapter. I want to say that there's... All right, I want to know about... Hold on. I want to know... beware who you trust. Beware who you trust. New era elements. What do you mean by this? Sometimes messages are very piecemeal and it comes together like a puzzle. So somebody is there's someone that has the approach that they really care about you, that they love you. This could be family, this could be ex, this could be a partner. There's this idea, a notion that something comes from love, and it's like someone has their own agenda though. I want to say, well, I wouldn't call that love. Like they put it in the guise of, I love you, I care about you. So they may give you guidance or try to persuade you or whatever it is. And it's like under the guise of love. And so you know what I mean? Like you feel like you should be able to trust this person, and they're kind of like, be careful who you trust, who you give weight and credence to. Don't give power to what other people say over yourself. Clarity will be coming in. The clarity that you're needing to make appropriate decisions is going to show itself. You're going to be able to get out of this feeling of mental entrapment. It's like, I don't know what to do right now. I don't know what to do. And I feel like you might have people around you that feed you information, things that you may either one feel obligated to because of some type of connection, or like you can't break this history, this pattern. Like there's definitely, okay, I'm gonna get to it. History and revolution. Like there's a level of standing up to somebody with influence or power in your life that uses love as the leverage to do that. There is like maybe family, where it's like family influence and what they believe in, and garnering their approval matters so much, and so you have to kind of like blah blah blah, right? So like there's a sense of breaking that pattern. It keeps you entrapped, right? Like feeling like you owe something, or that somebody has a level of authority over you or influence over you, and you need to stop giving them that influence. Somebody has a level of influence over you. You need to utilize your truth and what you know to be right and true for you to make your decisions. Ace of Swords with the King of Swords, and not the influence of others. It's time to stop holding yourself back. Self-imposed entrapment. That's your own mental, like really, I feel like this is like the energy of handing somebody the power and allowing somebody to have that influence when you could really stand up to it, right? But you're not used to that. I got to be honest with you, because historically I want to say that you've either fallen in line, or it's an expectation of society, it's an expectation of your culture or something to that effect. And so you don't have an example that precedes you to tell you how to do shit your own way, right? Go your own path. Because it feels like everybody has always fallen in line. It's what's expected. That's where the moon card comes into play. And so there's a level of you having to answer this call, because the judgment card is all about making a decision, making a final decision based upon, because in traditional tarot, there's like this, you know, the angel that trumpets, and it's like people rise up out of their coffin, the self-imposed cocoons, to answer some level of a call. And that is how you will enter into this new chapter in your life. Giving too much credence to what other people say, people that are around you. And I want you to understand and remember, the Lovers is also about a choice. This is your choice. It will cause a tower moment. There's a level of stepping outside of a box. Nobody around you really does this. It's kind of the idea of you know, like when we don't know how to heal because our parents didn't heal, and we didn't have any, like all of society behaves a certain way and falls in line with a certain narcissistic paradigm. And so it's kind of like, it can feel excruciating to go through that. Like, I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what it looks like to choose me. I don't know what it looks like to do what I want rather than what is safe. Like, I don't know what that looks like. I've never experienced it. And that's where this level of darkness comes from. Being guided through darkness. I don't know how. I feel like some level of allowing others to have influence on your decision-making processes keeps you from doing something, keeps you from having that rebirth in life. You hold yourself back because of that. Whether you acknowledge or realize how much that prevents aspects within your career. Okay. Okay. So what else? And maybe they're saying, I'm telling you this now because you do have something coming in. You've got news coming in. Your luck is going to change, and you need to be solid within yourself. The seek union of mind and spirit. It's almost like my spirit wants this. I'm drawn to this, but my mind is thinking all these other things. That has been programmed with a way to look at something and to assess something and to make decisions based upon family, community, society at fucking large. You know what I mean? The fear-based thinking and the security seeking and all that kind of stuff. You know, like there's something about you're going to have to get your mind in alignment with what your soul feels. So it's almost like everything needs to be in alignment in order to be able to move forward on this. So they're bringing this up because something about that with whatever is about to change or come in for you, that could prevent you. That's what they mean by get your mind and your heart right. Get your mind and spirit in one. That's the Chariot card. You can't have one part of you wanting one thing and the other feeling torn in the other direction. You're not going to go anywhere. It's going to stop you from having the success and the victory the Chariot card represents. And so you've got to be of one mind and spirit that you choose you, that you choose what you want and desire, and that you make the decisions, not other people. And other people aren't allowed to influence you. That is where the revolution is coming into play. You're because I kept hearing revolt. You're revolting against a historical pattern, either in your life, in your family, in your society, your community, in order to have this new chapter. It requires strength. What is this news from afar? Kipper. So is there going to be a new opportunity? There is, but sometimes we don't treat new opportunities as a new opportunity because we will instantaneously convince ourselves otherwise. Just because like we'll get, no, no. And then we have all this rationale that prevent us from seeing it as a true opportunity because based upon how we've been programmed and what people say and feed to us in our ears. News from afar. What is this? Okay, so there's some really good news for you, but I feel like there's some masculine that would want to squash that because this is a missed opportunity right here. There's a masculine in your life, a masculine. This could even be, they're giving me the energy of someone who passes up an opportunity because, and I'm not saying this is you, but they're showing me different scenarios. Passing up an opportunity because they love somebody, right? No, that would take me away from so-and-so. When in actuality, that person ain't shit. And they're about to show their true colors within the next 2 years of how much they're not trustworthy and how they really aren't, like their love isn't love. And you're going to have missed an opportunity because of that. So if there is a person in your life that you're making decisions, like you allow to color how you make decisions of any fathom, it's a no. It's a no because they will squash this great fortune. What is the great fortune though? What is this? I feel like there's already been missed opportunities because of this, whatever this is. Nine of Cups. Your wish comes true. Concerns fade away. Page of Cups. A fulfilling new beginning enters your life. It's artistic. And then it says, release fears that hold you back. But the moon is also about psychic insights, and so is the Page of Cups. What's their wish? Do tell. Your luck will soon change. Something you've been asking for. Some level of leadership role. Something putting you in the forefront. We've got the Emperor with the Magician. What have you been wishing for? I'm picking up on something. I'm gonna hold back yet. Okay, we have 3 fucking cards about your intuition, something that you know to be for you. Following your truth, being called to something, answering the call, the Judgment card. Listen to your intuition. A heavy, massive emphasis on not letting something else or someone else color your decision in regards to this. They're more overly concerned about that than the actual telling me what the fuck the opportunity is. What is the news? I'm going to kill this gnat. What is the, your luck will soon change. Clarify that card for me. Clarify your luck will soon change. Somebody has instilled a lack of confidence in you. The luck changing is the idea and notion that the delays are over. Something's going to happen and evolve very quickly. The reason why they keep talking about following your intuition is because somebody has instilled a lack of confidence within you. That lack of confidence may pull you back from taking this opportunity. Card of apathy. You know you don't want what's currently in your life, but you also won't go for that. I told you, missing an opportunity. I don't know who the fuck this is, but they create a narrative and a voice within you and will try to fill you full of some shit, and it's going to create where you miss an opportunity. Someone's convincing you that you aren't capable of something. They're instilling some level of self-doubt, and so you're not even open to seeing the opportunities that are in front of you. I told you, I feel like you've already missed some. You've already held back from stuff. A lot of sadness. We got the 3 of air. Forgive yourself for that. I feel like you have given credence to somebody else so much. You make decisions based upon that. And it's created a lot of sadness. And you just you need to let that go. Okay, so I'm going to pull. What is this opportunity? What is this opportunity? Because we got the 10 of Pentacles. What is the opportunity? Because there is an opportunity that's going to present itself. What is it, Spirit? Shadow work. Star child. Lucky star. All right, let's get this. I feel like you're going to get an answer. I always read. When it comes to this deck, I always read. It's just a thing. If that irritates people, I don't care. I'm not saying you're going to be irritated. I'm just talking about anybody else who's watching. Okay, shadow work. This is what we've been talking about. Excavation, healing, and your past. When this card comes up, it means that you are being heavily influenced by something from your past and is holding you back and hindering you in your progress in life. There's a level of emotional excavation where you need to examine everything with a fine-tooth comb to discover the root causes of the current issues. It means facing that and refusing to allow it to color your future. Been telling you, you'd think I'm like psychic or something. I knew exactly what they were saying. All those experiences that you have repressed, disowned, and buried deep within you now need to be excavated and dealt with. It's impacting your self-confidence with something, whether you see it or not. Do not live your present in life in a state of anger, fear, or anxiety, or be governed by the things that happened in your past. Face your past, vanquish it, and move on in love and light. Yeah. I don't know why. They're saying, Star Child, I'm a motherfucking star. Like, I'm sorry. I can't help it. That's a song, in case you aren't aware. Star Child. Guidance, protection, and shielding. You're protected by universal energies and higher powers. Know that you always come through difficult times with a good grace. Spirit walks beside you, guiding your steps, helping you to overcome obstacles. The world can be a scary place at times. Spiritual protection helps to alleviate those fears and nurture greater confidence. Have faith that you are safe. You may have like you fear this revolt. It is something that would go completely against something that you have that has been like imbued in you. And even if intellectually you understand, no, I really do want that, the discomfort that happens within your body and the resistance that you feel is actually from that. And you may make decisions based upon feeling resistance within you. And it's actually not telling you no. It's showing you where you need to excavate and do a little shadow work. 23. Today is a day of the idea or notion that something's not withheld and that you don't have to wait, that there's something that you have the power in this situation in order to be able to, and that all it requires is for you to see and address that. Have you noticed the theme in the personal readings today? And that it's not necessarily something external to you that is stopping you. Wish-making, fortune, and light. It's time to make a wish. Lucky Star is a guiding light in the darkest night and a point of magical power. It's indicative of a lucky break or a fortunate turn of events. Think of yourself as being a lucky individual, and you will automatically become luckier. Remember, they've instilled a level of like something will like that happens to other people, or that like it's not for you. Something's not for you. Like it's wishful thinking. You need to be more practical. It is something along those lines. Like that happens to other people, not you. Like it has instilled a lack of self-confidence, of worthiness. Like, why can't it happen for me? Why can't this go good for me? Why can't I do it like this type of thing? And it's almost like it colors and paints how you see and approach things. And it can cause you to miss opportunities that were completely for you. So you're going to encounter a lucky break, a fortunate turn of events. But it's your job to see yourself as lucky, as somebody worthy of and capable of the lucky break. Go out about your day knowing that you are the sort of person who attracts great fortune at every turn. This is having the belief. Like, I want to say that it's like you just have to be able to recognize it. You have to be able to see it as something that you're capable of. They don't even want to talk about what it is. They want to talk about what prevents you from recognizing it, seeing it, saying yes to it. The thing that actually would hold you back. It's not a matter of, will this opportunity ever come? It's coming. Are you going to miss it? Is the question. Just a friendly reminder, I am just the messenger, right? Like I cannot force messages that aren't there. Like spirit can have their own trajectory. Because here's the thing, what good would it be to be like, hey, yes, this, and this is coming your way. And then for you to just go and let it go right by you. Because some people make the assumption that if I know exactly what's going to happen, then it will absolutely happen. Forgetting that they are a major factor within that scenario. That just because there's a potentiality for something in your timeline doesn't mean that it is so, that it is 100% going to happen, because you are the wild card factor in that scenario. And frequently it's more important to know what you can do to not miss the opportunity. Because isn't it the idea that luck is when preparation meets opportunity? If spirit's like, let me explain something to you, and you need to take a different approach and a different lens, so that when this comes in, you see yourself in it and you don't dismiss it. You don't let the voices of the past convince you otherwise. Because the biggest factor is not, is it coming in? It is, are you going to miss it? Are you going to miss it? And I get it all the time, like, just tell me when it's going to happen. And it's kind of like, I mean, like somehow that guarantees everything's going to fall in line. Meh. I can tell you what and when. But if you approach life in such a way, in such a manner that it derails you from the current timeline that you're on, guess what's not going to fucking happen? Guess what? If I tell you something's going to happen and it comes in and you're like, wait a minute, I thought you said this, and you have some tainted lens at which you're looking at it through so you don't see it correctly and you dismiss it, you miss the fucking opportunity they were talking about. I've had this before where I got so specific that I was like, there's a person that's going to see you out and about. Like they give you an opportunity based upon your personality and da-da-da-da. And people have had it in their head. Oh, okay. Like they saw a scenario in their head of exactly how it was going to play out. And so any other opportunity where that applied, like it was like, there's a third party energy. There's a third party like in between that's going to help you. And it's like, so they had it on good authority. It was going to happen in this particular way. And they go and they're like, nothing ever happened. It's like, yes, it did. You completely missed it because you were sold that it was going to go this way. And all the while, you didn't think about all the other times where it was like, it was important for you to get out of the house. It was important for you to accept those invitations places. It was, you know what I mean? Like the coordination of things, like, you know, and so getting the details isn't nearly as important as you being prepared for when the opportunity arrives. That's real luck. Aw, that's amazing, Manishka. Oh. Okay. Well, I am going to go ahead and, because it's been 3 hours, those were just very long readings. My apologies. But I'm going to go ahead and hop off and maybe do it again later this week. And we'll see who can get a message at that point. So that was just really long. There was obviously some needed messages, guys. So thank you for joining me. I hope everybody has a fantastic day or night, wherever you're at. And I will see you later this week.